Well, welcome back to episode 3 of Business Time, the series where I'm documenting all of my training leading up to the No Business 100, which is now going to be a little less than 4 weeks away. It is definitely business time.
It's business. It's business time. I know what you're trying to say. You're trying to say it's time for business. It's business time. Ooh.
So this week was a little bit of a down week, or a kind of a recovery week. The previous 2 weeks were pretty high mileage for me, 62 and then 72 miles. And I was feeling a little bit of discomfort in my ankle, kind of on the medial side. Maybe a little like tendonitis, something. I'm not sure what it was. So I talked to my coach, and he kind of recommended definitely taking it easy this week, just easy runs, and then this weekend mixing things up a little bit from our normal routine. So anyway, let's dive straight into this week's training. Well, Monday, September 18th called for a rest day, and that's exactly what I did. I rested the body, worked, and then just kind of, I think I went for a walk that evening with my wife, but just kind of rested the body, moved around a little bit, kind of let that ankle recover a little bit. So not a lot going on today. Tuesday, September 19th, I had called for a pretty good hill workout. I was supposed to do 6 3-minute uphill tempos at about an 8 RPE, and it was going to be a good workout. However, after talking with my coach and my ankle still not feeling great, he said basically probably might want to skip that one and either do a rest day or just an easy day. So I did choose to just do another rest day. So I had 2 rest days in a row, kind of just listening to my body. I'm really big on that, listening to your body. You know your body better than your coach does. So definitely listen to what your body's telling you so you don't develop a real serious injury. And that's what I did. Listen to my body and took another day off. So Wednesday called for about an hour or so, a little more than an hour, kind of pretty much an easy run. So I did go out and do the local route here, and just kind of didn't really push pace at all, just ran comfortably. And the Saucony Ride 16, these guys right here, getting a lot of good use out of them. Probably have a review out pretty soon, hopefully. I've got a couple other shoes I need to get out first, and some other products as well. But the workout, or the run, went pretty well, kept it easy. The ankle felt okay. Definitely on the uphills when it was in like a dorsal flexion state, I definitely felt it more. So still kind of just watching that, paying attention so it doesn't develop into a serious injury. But as you see, it was 7.62 miles, a little over an hour, 460-ish feet of elevation gain, so a decent run. So Thursday, September 21st, actually called for another easy run. I did go do a little bit of some intervals in here to kind of test the ankle, see how it was feeling, as well as a kind of a tempo half mile. But I did go out in the Saucony Kinvara Pros here. Really like these shoes. They are definitely a fast shoe. And I was even on trail for some of this run today. It was, probably half pavement, half trail, really buffed out flat trail. And it felt good. There was a section where I had about a half a mile I wanted to do pretty darn quickly on the High Chaparral open space area. And I ended up getting a top 10 segment on that, which was really cool. My first Colorado top 10, so I was excited about that. But what was neat about this run is I was testing a lot of different external heart rate sensors. I was testing 4 of them. So I got 2 in from COOSPO, COOSPO. One is a chest heart rate monitor and another armband heart rate monitor. So I compared both of those to the Coros armband and also the Polar H10 chest strap. And I got some really interesting data, so stay tuned. I'm going to do a review on those, and I'll go over all the data. But let's just say I was really surprised at which heart rate monitor seemed to be the most accurate. But the run went well overall. It was 7.4 miles, 525 feet of elevation gain. I did do 3 total speed sessions, kind of testing out those heart rate monitors. Like I said, I wanted to really have them spike up a little bit and see which one picked up quicker. But it was a good run and a good workout that day. Well, Friday, September 22nd called for a 45-minute easy run, so that's what I did. I went out, hit my local route here, but I was wearing the Hoka Rocket X2s, even though it was an easy run. These are just very comfortable, cush, and I need to get more miles in them, quite frankly, because I still have not reviewed these. There was an ankle issue kind of in the rear Achilles where the first time I wore them, it really tore up my ankle. The heel, I should say, gave me blisters. So I've been very cautious about them, not wanting to wear them before a race. So I did tape it up for that, but the run went well. I did keep it pretty chill, even though I was wearing some speed shoes here. but it was a pretty good run. 45 minutes, just under 45 minutes, 5 miles, keeping it chill. So yeah, pretty chill day. And I also got the Hoka Clifton 9 GTX, the Gore-Tex version in, so I'm super excited to test those as the weather starts to turn, and you know, we'll get some snow in the future, but really looking forward to testing those out. I loved the Challenger Gore-Tex version, so these will be great. I love the Clifton 9, so really looking forward to giving those a good test. Well, Saturday, September 23rd called for a 3-hour long run. However, like I mentioned earlier, I talked to my coach and he recommended kind of changing things up with my ankle. He said, definitely stay away from elevation. You know, don't go out and do a big vert run, which was my plan. I had a big run planned of about almost 7,000 feet of elevation gain. So he said, stay away from that with the ankle, and maybe even go to the bike instead of running, just to kind of give it some more time to rest. So I did just that. I went and took my Giant Talon 2 mountain bike, rode it down the Cottonwood Creek Trail to the new Santa Fe Trail, which I run frequently, and kind of just did that, you know, pretty chill. I mean, I was moving. I wasn't just out there, you know, sauntering along on the bike, but it was a good ride. And you know, being a Saturday, the Air Force cadets were out doing the gliders, which is always really cool to see that. Quite a few of them out for sure, and a lot of trains out there. But overall, you know, I ended up doing about 2 hours and almost 2 hours and 20 minutes on the bike, almost 31 miles. It was a good workout. You know, coming back especially was all uphill, and the legs were tired, so I definitely got a good workout in the quads and some areas that maybe don't get worked out as much for running. And the ankle felt pretty decent afterwards. It didn't really have any discomfort, so that was really good as well, to kind of give it more time to relax. And yeah, just a good day, a good workout. But when I got back from this bike ride, probably the most exciting thing was this was waiting for me outside of my door. This is the Apple Watch Ultra 2. I did get that. Here's a little kind of quick start guide inside there. So I did, you know, kind of charge it up. I had to get it paired to my phone, which it must be on iOS 17, and I was not, so I had to update that. That took a little bit of while before I could actually pair the watch to my phone. Got it all set up now, and man, this thing is awesome. I gotta say, it is really, really cool. The display is fantastic. I love the ease of use, just how it integrates. Obviously, it's Apple product, and it's integrating seamlessly with an Apple phone, an iPhone. This is my first iPhone. This is my first Apple Watch, even though we're now at the Series 9. This is my first one, so I'm really, really enjoying it, kind of learning a lot about it in the you know, short time that I've had it so far, but really liking it. So Sunday, September 24th called for about an hour and a half easy run, and I hit the trails. I went out to kind of the High Drive area, did a route up High Drive all the way to the summit, then down High Drive to the lower parking lot area, and then went up the Mount Buckhorn Trail, kind of looped back down to High Drive, and then came back to the car, and it was a good run. Oh my, made it to the top of High Drive. 30 minutes and 15 seconds, 2.5 miles, about 1,200 feet of elevation gain. Whew. All right, now let's go run downhill. So this is the first test of the Apple Watch Ultra 2 out here. Right now I'm in the North Cheyenne Canyon area, heading up Buckhorn Trail. Whew. So far, I'm comparing it to the Core Safe X3, and it's been spot on. We'll check out the data later. Still running. Haven't walked once. Whew. Hollow right here is very steep. Man, I'm sweating like crazy. But that was a good workout. One of those runs you have where it's just like, it feels good. It was a challenge,
but it never felt like too much, too strenuous. Felt like I could do more. But man, I'm not trying to like, I don't know, brag or anything, but man, I feel really fit right now. Especially considering I just did a 30-mile bike ride yesterday. Feeling really fit.
So as you see, it was about 8.2 miles, 1,847 feet of elevation gain, 10:27 pace. This run felt fantastic. It was one of those runs where, man, it just clicked. The uphills, I ran every single bit of uphill. Not going hard, my heart rate was definitely up into the, low 160, 164 range. So definitely working, for sure, don't get me wrong, but my legs never felt like I couldn't go more or harder if I wanted to, which was just really, really encouraging. So it was a great run. I actually wore the Saucony Peregrine 13 STs, the soft terrain, sloppy terrain shoes. I've had those for a long time and still haven't done the review on them. But man, they are just so great for the really loose rock, kind of like the trails I was on today. They really did fantastic. And the Apple Watch Ultra 2 did awesome as well. It seemed to be spot on for heart rate, distance compared to my Coros Pace 3 that I was running. However, like I said, it's my first Apple Watch, so I'm learning the native fitness app on the watch is pretty minimal. It's kind of surprising considering Apple's into their Series 9 now, and this is the Apple Watch Ultra 2. You would expect them to have a lot better app for activities, especially ultra activities. It's really not customizable, and there's really, correct me if I'm wrong, but please let me know below in the comments. I have not found a way to export that file to like a fit file so I can compare it to my other data. I can export a GPX. I found out how to do that, but that doesn't contain the heart rate data, the cadence, any of that type stuff, just the GPS track essentially and like my pace. Definitely a little disappointed. It looks like there's a lot of apps out there you can purchase to, correct that issue that Apple needs to solve. Something I'm probably going to have to do. I'm probably going to have to purchase one of these apps out there. But please let me know below if there is a way to export a .fit file from the native fitness app on the watches. I would be very appreciative of that. And also let me know if there's not, what apps you use. I know Work Outdoors is a very popular app that is very customizable for running activities, and you can export fit files like I'm looking to do. So please let me know. I'm interested to hear your thoughts there and how I can get that kind of suited for what I need for running. But it was a good run. Seth James Damore commented on my run and said it was zesty. Cool to see him back on YouTube as well after his long siesta. Definitely been out there crushing a lot of FKTs this summer, so glad to have him back on YouTube. So overall, it was a pretty decent week considering it was a down week. Running miles were definitely way down. I ended up with 28.28 miles, a little over 4 hours, 3,200 feet of elevation gain, so not bad for a down week. But I did also have the riding, or the mountain bike that I did. That was another almost 31 miles, a little over 2 hours, another 1,300 feet of elevation gain. So all in, 58-ish miles, we'll call it, even though it's, running and biking, but a good down week, but still getting some good training in there as well. And one thing I learned on that bike ride is, I'm not a mountain biker. I have this mountain bike that is a decent entry-level bike. It has a lot of decent components on it, the Giant Talon 2, so I've decided to sell it and probably get a gravel bike because that's more my style of riding that I'm doing for my fitness. I don't really enjoy hitting the trails, single-track trails. It's just too dangerous. I know my proclivity to speed and fun, and I would probably end up wrapping myself around a tree and crushing my skull. So I don't need to do that. So if you're looking for a mountain bike and you're in the Colorado area, hit me up. I've got one for sale. If you have not already, definitely go back and take a look at the prior week's episode of Training for No Business Time, kind of how to train for a 100-mile ultra marathon, at least how I do it. I'm not a pro, but that's how I do it. But thank you all so much for watching. I do appreciate you all, and I'll see you in the next one.